Hey, 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 happy Whiskey Wednesday. What is up? It is another Whiskey Wednesday live stream quarantine. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. What's going on, everyone? We had a lot of people in early. Thanks for hanging out. Um, for those of you who are having notification issues, I am sorry. YouTube has been really kind of just screwing with some of the channels lately. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure they're understaffed a little bit, trying to fix some of these issues, but it's really kind of killing some of the viewership that's going on, unfortunately. But I'm glad some of you are getting some notifications. It seems like it's kind of a mixed bag of what people are getting. But happy Whiskey Wednesday. Let's see who's in the chat so far. We had some early folks in here. The pre-gamers, Mark JG, Rebecca Page, Trev Wilson, Wildlife and Whiskey was here. Steve A, of course. Anthony Orlando, Spencer Mav, Robot Scott was here. Ron's Wood Turning Shop. Hope you're doing well in the shop, buddy. One Lost Cause was here. Tammy and Brian Brennicky, love when you guys are in. Will Henderson was here. Brent Bailey. Who else was jumped in here? Let's see. Nicholas Falaggio, nice to see you, man. Christopher David, Brent Bailey. Thanks for jumping in, guys. Primetime Michael Klein in the house. Thanks for tuning in. I know you're having some trouble finding it. Hopefully it gets resolved soon, buddy. Scott from My Bourbon Journey. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. Always nice to see you. What else we got going on? Bunch of people now jumping in. Cap and Make It Happen. Hope you're doing well, man. We have Andrew Spirell. Donald Rance, of course. Mike Myers in the house. Let's see. Logan Captis is here. What's up, Logan? Nice to see that you made it. Jeffrey Yankovic, thanks for coming in. Zeb Taylor, Brandon Weiss, what's up, buddy? Greg Feller, V8 Auto Detail, what is up? Nice to see you, man. ADHD Whiskey, America, what's up, man? Richie Z's in the house. Peter White, Jeff Purnell, Halden Kirkwood. Seckler17 is here. AJ Lopez, Joe French. All right, more people jumping in. Thanks for coming in, guys. Really appreciate it. Hey, Travis Smith just came in. So what we're going to do tonight, and I think it was kind of epiphany I had the other day. Not really an epiphany. It was more of a, oh, that's kind of a good idea. Since a lot of people have been home, kind of hanging out and not really being able to go anywhere. Same thing on my end. It's time to kind of blend some whiskey. So I've been toying with some blends, and I think a lot of people try to do the poor man's Pappy blend. They try to figure out how to get as close as they can to Pappy. There's different ways to do it, blending, the Weller 12 with Weller 107. Then you have the poor man's Pappy with Larceny and Larceny and Makers. So there's a lot of different ways to go about it, but I saw the post somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it. Someone was trying to blend some 4-grain bourbons to try to emulate the Colonel Taylor 4-grain. There's a few 4-grains that are out there that are really good. Hey, Eric Evanson is here. It's nice to see you, Eric. Thanks for coming in. Joseph Brazo, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Doug Tempest is here. Halden Kirkwood said, dude, I seriously made my first Infinity bottle yesterday. Yes, very cool, man. So what's going on is I toyed with a bunch of different ones, and some of them, were pretty shitty. Some of them came out pretty good, but there was one that stood above all. So what I did was I took some others and I blended them together. I had a couple of ideas, and put them in a bunch of these glasses here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 8 blends that I have here that we're going to try tonight, all varying in proofs. Different combinations that I think in my head might work. So we'll see how that goes. But also I want to do a few shout outs. I don't know if, hey, Richie Z's in the house. I don't know if I said hi. Hey, Chris Buzalencia's here. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Nice to see you as always. Josh Embry is here. Yeah, like I said, there is some issues with the YouTube notifications for my channel and some of the other channels. So if anyone's on the interwebs let people know that I'm live right now in case they didn't get the notification. I appreciate it. So I got some really cool bottles recently, like literally today. One was from one of my Patreons, and I want to thank Douglas Papa. I don't know if he's around, if he's going to jump in. But do you remember a couple weeks ago when I tried to sample the 1792 Full Proof, and I said, oh man, I really want to try to find a bottle. I'm sorry, not the Full Proof, the 12-year, the 1792 12-year. I said I really want to find a bottle. So he sent me one. So I have a 1792 12-year, which I just got. 96.6 proof from Douglas Papa. Thank you so much, man. The whiskey community is still alive and kicking and doing really well. The generosity is still above any other community. So this one really surprised me. I can't thank you enough. There it is, guys. 1792, aged 12 years. I'm going to be probably doing a double base episode and do this head-to-head against Weller 12, maybe another 12-year if I could find. I think I have a couple other 12 years, but we'll see. And then I got the Desert Wagon. Desert Wagon. Smoke Wagon. This is the Desert Jewel from Smoke Wagon, which kind of completes my my three bottles here. So I just reviewed the Uncut Unfiltered, and then I also reviewed the small batch. Both of them are amazing. The Desert Jewel Reserve was the 10-year version that they had come out with. So this is 10-year-old MGP. I heard amazing things about it, and I found a bottle online and was able to grab one. So I am super excited to try this. I might try this at the end of the night with you guys if my palate's not too blown out from trying these. I'm going to try not to sip these too hard, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, very excited. I'm also working on getting the guys from Smoke Wagon on the channel very soon. He saw the review and loved it, so he might be they might be coming on the channel. Aaron from the two guys, Aaron Chechlik, I think how you say it. Forgot how you pronounce his last name, but Aaron basically might be coming on and talking about Smoke Wagon, what they're doing and stuff. So that should be awesome. April 15th, is it April 15th or 17th? Whatever that week is on Wednesday, I'll be doing a live stream with Westland American Single Malt Whiskey. I'm going to be doing tasting through some cool variations of what they're working on, the peated, the non-peated, some of the specialty expressions they have working on that's coming out. So really looking forward to that. So just some cool things that are coming up. All right, let me go into the chat here. Let me catch up with you guys. Eric Evanson said, my last living grandparent passed away. Grandma on dad's side. Could you raise a glass? Oh my God, Eric. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I am going to raise the glass for that. So in here, do you remember the Bottled and Bond 16 bracket I did last week? So that is all the leftovers and a few more is what's in this bottle. It's been brewing all week. So I figured let's kick off the night with a blend. Everybody grab your glass. Get ready to raise it up for Eric. It's always sad when you lose a grandparent, especially if it's your last living grandparent. I'm very close with my grandmother, so I understand how that is, man. So cheers to you, Eric. Thoughts and prayers to you. Stay happy, stay healthy. Hope everything goes okay. Cheers to you, Eric. Everybody, take a sip. Wow, this is coming along really nicely. I thought because there was so much Heaven Hill stuff in it, it was going to be a little bit overwhelming. But there's a lot of fruitiness character that's coming through here as well. That's a damn good Bottled and Bond blend. Wow. So it's basically all the ones that I did last week. And then I threw in some Colonel Taylor small batch. I threw in, what else did I throw in? Bottled and Bond. I got to go back through the list. I wrote it all down. But yeah, pretty awesome stuff. Let's go back down here. Hey, Jim Muller's in the house. How you doing, Jim? Rock Up Review. How you doing, Ed? Nice to see you, buddy. Hey, JoJo's in the house. Hey, Jason, having some Old Forester Signature 100. Really good. Only missing a little thicker mouthfeel, but good. Yeah, I would agree with that, JoJo. I get a lot of graham cracker on the Old Forester 100, like gingerbread, like gingerbread cracker or gingerbread cookie, I should say. There's a little bit like a spice molasses ginger thing going on with that one. Really like that one. Karen B. Ford, I may have missed. Has the meetup date changed? If so, I need to cancel hotel. So that was my next announcement, unfortunately. I got contacted by Sidebar in Louisville, and they had to cancel the meetup. They're probably not going to be reopening until, they don't think they're going to be reopening and ready to reopen until possibly the end of May, beginning of June. And that's if all goes as, I guess, if all goes as planned and all goes as perspective is if everything is supposed to go the way they say it's going to go, then they won't be able to reopen until probably May, beginning of June. But, you know, as much as that sucks, it's, you know, it's really a matter of safety. So I can tell you we are working, me, Bourbon Junkies, I think Chris, maybe ADHD Whiskey. I think we're working on some other plans to have another one, I Whiskey She Wines, to possibly have a meetup in Kentucky, maybe at Lowry's Bar. That's something we're talking about doing. We just don't have a time frame yet to have all just one big combo and have everybody there. So we'll see how that goes and how the plans go for that. So who else we got? Hey, YW is here. Let's see. Patrick Fulmer's in the house. How you doing, Patrick? Thanks for coming in. Okay. So, all right. So before we dive into some of the blends, I have two news stories I want to cover because it's two pretty cool bottles. So let's go to the whiskey news real quick. Let's see here. Oh, Joseph Brazo has some whiskey news. He says, in the markets that currently have Woodinville, the port finish will be dropping in those markets within days. Joseph Brazo says, and Ohio is added to distribution. Yes. That is awesome. Bourbon Apprentice would probably bring down the Zoom infrastructure with the virtual meetup. Yeah, we might. That'd be pretty crazy. Okay, so first story up. The Ardbeg Wee Beastie. I'm actually pretty psyched about this, but this is for those who like a young peated scotch that'll probably kick you right in the nuts. This is going to be launched as of April 2020. This is going to be a permanent addition to the brand's core line of single malts. It's aged for only 5 years in a mix of ex-bourbon and ex-Oloroso sherry casks. Non-chill filtered at 47.4% ABV. It's described as a monster of a dram. So the director of whiskey creation at Ardbeg, Dr. Bill Lumsden, said, Ardbegians will love the tongue-tingling expression. The casks chosen for its creation make it ideal for enjoying neat or as a mouth-watering main ingredient in a powerfully smoky cocktail. So, yeah. I love the name of it, Wee Beastie. It's pretty cool. That's going to be one of the good sought-after one. They didn't have a price for this yet, but we'll see what happens with that. Next up, and the other one is one I'm excited about, the new Blood Oath. This is pack number 6, guys. Lux Row Distillers announces this one. This is a blend of Kentucky straight bourbons crafted by head distiller and master blender John Rempe, who launched the series in 2015. So this is why I'm excited, guys. This uses 3 high rye bourbons, a 14-year-old, an 8-year-old, and then the 7-year-old, which is finished in cognac barrels. Only 17,000 cases are available globally as of spring 2020. Usually this runs about $100, but I'm really excited for this one. So that's it. Those are the news stories. Yeah, pack 6 sounds very sexy. Hey, Howdy You Whiskey is here. Thanks for coming in. Will B is here. It'll be spiky. It'll definitely be spiky. That one will be ready to kick you right in the nuts. All right, so I have my blends all laid out here, what I did. And what I did here is I labeled everything that I put together. So the one blend that I did try that seemed to go above the rest, and if any of you guys are blending anything at home, please let me know what you're blending, what's kind of working out, what you think actually tastes good, and then we'll start like making a log of some of the good ones. Because a lot of these I haven't tried yet, but the one that stood out to me was Weller Special Reserve and Old Grandad 114. So the idea here is to get all 4 grains in one glass. So when you talk about a 4 grain, typically you're talking about corn, wheat, rye, and barley all mixed together in one glass. So that's really the idea. So with some of the wheaters that are available, you know, I have Makers here, I have Larceny here, obviously the Weller. I used Rebel Yell 10 in another one too. We'll get to what we did there with that one. Nicholas Velazio says, do you know where Luxro sources the bourbon for this Blood Oath? I've heard a lot of different things. I've heard Heaven Hill. I've heard Old Forester. I've heard Barton. I think it just depends where, you know, what age he's looking for. And then the thing about John Rempe, what he does, he's pretty masterful at blending together the different profiles he's looking for. So you think high rye. For me, I would think that's coming from Barton, if they're high rye bourbons, especially at that age. So if that was my guess, that's what it would be, is Barton. Steve Hay say you saw my 3x3 setup. Oh, Trev Wilson, nice. 107 and OGD 114. Okay. Logan Captis, Rebel Yell 100 and ER, surprisingly complex and improved. Oh, okay. Weller 107 and Stag Junior is awesome. I have a Stag Junior and I did Weller Foolproof in one of them. So we'll get to that one. So, all right. So first let's try Weller Special Reserve and OGD 114. The OGD kind of punches through on this one. It's really good though. Yeah, for me, that one is just silky smooth. The wheated bourbon, the Weller Special Reserve, kind of rounds out the spice a little bit on the 114, but you still get it on the back end. That's awesome. Let's see here. I kind of wonder how 1792 high rye and sweet wheat 50-50 would work. Oh, that's a good question. I have to get some sweet wheat from my buddy. I don't have any. The Linux Cat, hey, what's up, Donnie? He's having a bullet single barrel tonight. I heard a lot of those are dropping around. YW has no wheaters. All right, so just blend something else, buddy. Let us know what you're experimenting with. Zeb Taylor says, I have a Stag Junior 12 and a 1792 Foolproof going. Wow. Very nice. No blending here. High West American Prairie Barrel Select. Finish in Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh, that's nice, Brent. I have a High West American Prairie that was finished in brandy casks. That's actually really unique. Spencer Mav, yeah, he blended Weller Special Reserve and Buffalo Trace. He said it's surprisingly nice for low proof. That one's good, but I'm kind of missing the spice of the OGD. But the Weller Special Reserve does round it out a little bit. Makes it for a good pour. You kind of get the, instead of getting all that rye spice, you're getting the vanillas and the sweet fruitiness of the whatchamacallit, the wheated bourbon from the Weller is coming through a little bit. It's kind of nice. I still really like that one. That was the best one I had made when I was experimenting with them. So, all right, so let's go to the next one that I did. YW, do you recall seeing Early Times Bottled and Bond in New York at all? Trying to remember. I don't, but I also wasn't looking for it, YW, so I'm not sure. I do know a buddy of mine that looks for that stuff, and he has trouble finding it, so I don't know if it's very prominent in New York at all. Donald Rance, have you had a chance to try one of the Gooderham and Wart's Canadian 4-grain blends? No, I have not. Seems like both A120s would be a natural blend. Joseph Brazo, yes, I have that in here. So I have the ECBP A120 and the Larceny Barrel Proof A120. That's going to be the last one. I'm going to work our way up in proof a little bit. So this was an interesting one I wanted to do. So this was, I wanted to do two offerings that were finished, if I could. So the only ones I could think of, the only weeder I could think that I had that was finished was Maker's 46. So it's not technically finished, but they do put the staves in there to kind of give it an extra flavor. So in this glass, I have Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy. So that's going to be this blend. So Maker's 46 is a weeder, Angel's Envy is not. It's sourced. Peter White says the Rendezvous Rye Barrel Select Finishes Hungarian Cask is the ultimate. I've heard incredible things about that one, Peter. I wish I could find that sumbitch. I don't know if I could find it. All right, so Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy. I wanted to see how that chocolatey note would go good with the port finish from Maker's and see how that blended. Cap and Make It Happen said it's been a long time since I had a whatchamacallit. Dude, that's a very underrated candy bar. Is anybody else like freaking like will not stop going to the refrigerator like being home? I am trying like not to eat like more than usual. And man, it's like when you're bored, you just like the refrigerator calls you. I feel like when I open the fridge is just like, you know, what the fuck do you want now? It's like, get out of here. Oh, Emily, I do have the MMRC6. That would be a good idea to maybe try that one. I got to write that one down. Maybe try a blend with that one. All right, so let's try this one. So this is Maker's Mark 46 and Angel's Envy. These are about a half ounce each of each one. I tried to keep it as equal as possible. Let's try this one. That one's weird. It's not bad, actually. I think the fruitiness of the Angel's Envy adds something to the Maker's 46. It's almost like chocolate and like chocolate cherry. You're getting that port finish from the Angel's Envy, and the Maker's 46 has that chocolatey note to it and that spice. That's actually not bad. Yeah, that actually makes Angel's Envy a little bit more palatable for me, because Angel's Envy is generally way too sweet. Little Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy is not bad. I would actually try that one, guys. If you have those two, give it a go. You might be pleasantly surprised at how good that is. Captain Make It Happen. I'm about to put a sign on it that says, "You're not hungry, you're bored." Exactly. David Hatton, did you do OWA and I lost it. An Eagle Rare? No, I actually did. I did Weller Antique and Colonel Taylor. I put those together. So let's go here. Actually, I wanted to mention before I forget, I wanted to thank all you guys tonight who super chatted last week. We made a little over $300. Obviously, YouTube was taking some of that, so I'm going to recoup that money. And when I get it next month, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put that towards the United States Bartenders Guild. So I want to say thank you so much for doing that, being so generous. You know, like I said, the hospitality, the servers, bartenders, and not just them, a lot of different people in the service industry need a lot of help right now. So I really appreciate it. All right, so what's next here? So the Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy was kind of a last minute one that I figured I'd try, and that one ended up being really good. So OWA and EH Taylor must be an oat bomb. Well, we're going to find out. Okay, so what's next here? I have Stag Junior Weller Full Proof. Oh, this one should be interesting. All right. So I took Old Forester 1920. And I added the Woodford wheat whiskey to it. So Old Forester 1920 and the Woodford wheated whiskey. It kind of hurt me to do that a little bit because I love 1920 so much, but it's in the same family. You're keeping it with keeping it with Brown-Forman. I was just wondering, because Woodford wheated whiskey is an absolute fruit bomb to me. That is like a produce section in a glass. So I want to see how this one would come out. Richie Z, cheers, man. Thank you. Emily Chambers, have you tried Angel's Envy rum cask? I thought proof was best part. The Angel's Envy rum cask, I think, is even sweeter than the other one. That's a good. That one just does not taste like a rye to me. That one smells and tastes like toasted marshmallows to me. The rum cask. It's really sweet. Maple syrup. It is. It's extremely sweet. But yeah, I do like the proof on it. Holden Corber says trying little Maker's 46 with Eagle Rare, not bad. Yeah, I think the Maker's 46 can impart some good spice to it. Greg Failer said he's sipping the Weller Special Reserve and OGD 114 blend now. We'll see. All right, let me know what you think, man. Jeffrey Yankovic says 1910 over 1920. Yeah, there are a lot of people that feel that way. I know a lot of people that do not like 1920. It has too much of a bite to them. They like the ease with 1910. So let's see how this one blended together. So this is the Old Forester 1920 and the Woodford Wheat. So let's see how this one came out. No, I don't like it. Nope. You know what? The finish on that one is not bad. The finish, you get the chocolate and the fruit, but the front of it is just all messed up. The front of the palate is just blah. That is not a good blend. Yeah, no, don't do it. That's a stinker. Old Forester 1920 and Woodford Wheat. No. Nobody do that one. Maybe I'll try it with the 1910 a little bit. But that one is a no-go. So I'm getting rid of that shit. Ugh. I'm not doing that one again. Let's see here. Striker. 1910 over Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Enjoy both though. Yeah, I do like both of those. Patrick is blending B519 Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and his Saliva. Oh, that's always a good blend. All right, let's go to, what do we do next? High proof. Yeah. Oh, here's an interesting one. All right, so this is Maker's Mark 101 and Wild Turkey 101 together. So that's going to be the next blend. Yeah, I think that's what happened, Anthony. 1920 is too good on its own. You add some crap to it, forget it. Man. Hey, we got a super chat from Dylan Roscott. Thank you so much, man. Cheers, y'all. Thanks for the content, Jason. Stay safe and be smart out there. And be smart or there. Yeah, absolutely, Dylan. Be smart. Appreciate it. I haven't had really anything to drink, and I don't know why, but I'm already starting to feel these a little bit. So stay tuned, guys. It could be a little bit of a fun night. Yeah, I don't know what got to me already. Jeez. The OGD? Probably took too big of a gulp of that so fast. All right, what do we got here going on? I was thinking Wild Turkey 101 and Weller Special Reserve. Okay. So far, the Maker's 101 and Wild Turkey 101 are the best on the nose so far. Absolutely delicious. You get the fruit of the 101, but you get the spice and the cinnamon from the Wild Turkey and that vanilla cream. Everyone just wants me to fall again. I see what you're doing. Yeah, put some foam pads on. That's good. That's pretty damn good, that one. Maker's 101 and Wild Turkey 101. Unfortunately, Maker's 101 is kind of a special release. It's not easy to get. But you know what? The Maker's, though, is giving it like a... I don't know, it's not giving it a good aftertaste. You taste all turkey on the front end, but then the Maker's just gives it a very weird back end flavor to it. It's almost like metallic, which I am not liking. So it was promising. It was really good on the nose, but not so much on the palate. So I still have Weller Special Reserve and OGD 114 and the Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy blends as the top two. Maker's 101 and Wild Turkey 101 just really didn't work. So there goes that one. Cap and Make It Happen. Table fall in 3, 2, 1. All right. You motorboating son of a bitch. Okay. Let me have some more water here. I'm gonna need some water. All right. So next up, this one I have high hopes for. So we'll see. Rebel Yell 10-year and Henry McKenna 10-year. So I had high hopes for this one. I thought this would be a really cool blend. So I have the Rebel Yell right here. Rebel Yell 10-year. Highly underrated bourbon. I don't think people talk about it enough. And then the Henry McKenna. So let's see how these two fare. Rebecca Page, I managed to get the Maker's Mark 101 from a friend that didn't like it, but I like the NM46 we traded. Oh, nice. You're making me do it, Jason. Wild Turkey 101 and and Weller Special Reserve. I got to open the damn Wild Turkey 101. The Rocket Review says, I'm on a holy quest to drink the most horrid whiskey. This is just the next stage of my saga, Captain. Ed, I have a sample of Jephthah all poured for you. So I'm sticking that in the mail probably this weekend. So, excuse me. Get your shit ready for that stuff. That's all I'm going to say. So the thing is that Rebel Yell 10 and McKenna is also really good on its own. So to have them two together, you know, it might be like a 1920 thing where the 1920 is so good on its own that if you put anything with it, it just kind of kills it. So that's why I was wondering if you put these two together, what would happen? Consequently, is McKenna is from Heaven Hill and Rebel Yell 10 years supposedly also Heaven Hill juice. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so this is really good. Again, this is really good on the nose like the Wild Turkey and Maker's Mark was. You get a lot of butterscotch and a lot of citrus. Really good on the nose here. Let's get some air in it here. Let's mix it together. AJ Lopez, I actually really want to try that Jephthah of yours, Jason C. I want to feel its hatred. No, you don't. Robot Scott, how is there still Jephthah around? Kill it. Oh, dude, I can't, man. I don't want to drink that shit. That's why I'm just sending out samples. People want to taste how bad I think it is. Trev Wilson wanted it. I sent it to him, and ask him. He sent me like a paragraph text of how much he loathed it. Woodford Double Oaked and Larceny Barrel Proof could be good. Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to try that one too. Woodford Double Oaked and Larceny Barrel Proof. All right. Let's try the Rebel Yell and the McKenna together. See how this one went. All right, so that one actually worked out nicely. That's good. I do not mind that at all. Hey, we got a super chat from Barrel Lover for the rehab. After this is over, I'll meet you there. Cheers, man. I will definitely meet you at the rehab, on the floor, crawling around. Fuck. Eric Evanson, you have the McKenna Sour Mash. Yeah, I have a bottle over there of that one. Brent Bailey says, I will take your word on the Jephthah. Smart man. Very smart man. So the Rebel Yell 10 McKenna 10 blend is actually really good. That is combining the fruit, the butterscotch. But again, I think because they're both from Heaven Hill, they're just meshing well together, I think. But that's a really, really good blend. If you're looking for a 4 grain, you get the fruitiness a little bit from that Rebel Yell, that citrusy note that it has, and then that butterscotchy McKenna 10 note. All right, so I'm leaving that there. That's going in the running for one of the best blends. Hey, we got a super chat from Will Henderson, $4.99, says, cheers, bro. You are the man, Will. Thank you so much. Hey, David, the producer, is in the house. How you doing, David? He sent in a $10 super chat, says, cheers to you, Jason. Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't checked out David, the producer, and Juliet Miranda on Bourbon Soaked Live, they do some great topics, have a lot of fun on Monday nights. Definitely go check them out. Bourbon Soaked Live on the YouTubes. On the whiskey tubes. Michael Klein. Haha, no, seriously, do not send me one. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so Rebel Yell 10, McKenna 10. That's definitely staying in the running. All right, what do we got next here? So we got some heavy hitters now. We're getting to the higher proof ones. All right, let's do this one. So this is Colonel Taylor Small Batch and Weller 107. So let's see how this one works out. So I wanted to blend this one because I'm literally trying to figure out how to do like my own 4 grain, Colonel Taylor 4 grain, which is a really, really delicious bourbon, but really hard to get, really hard to find. Even on the secondary, the 4 grains are commanding anywhere between $400 and $600, which is ridiculous. I don't think it's that good, but that's just the market we're in today, but it is a damn good bourbon. How do you whiskey? Try your least favorite Stag Junior and Mellow Corn. I'm digging it. Oh, that's a good idea. Do I have my Mellow Corn down here? Might be upstairs. Well, let me get Mellow Corn. What do you say? Mellow Corn and least favorite Stag Junior. Okay. Let me write least favorite. So I remember. All right, so this is the Colonel Taylor Small Batch and Weller 107. Whoever said that this might be an oak bomb, it is pretty oaky, actually. But very fruity, though. Getting a lot of fruit on the nose. Ton of vanilla. But it's very light. Light vanilla. It's not like dark, rich vanilla. It's very light vanilla. Michael Klein says, you can get E.H. Tail 4 grain on Flaviar for only $9.89.99. Wow, man, that's a fucking deal. Shit, Michael. Damn. Does Flaviar take trades? No? That's ridiculous. God. I'd rather buy that shit on secondary than that. God, that's nuts. All right, let's go for a, what's this? The Colonel Taylor and Weller 107. Let's see. Now, I've had the 4 grain Colonel Taylor before, and it's really good. I've had it pretty recently, so let's see if it tastes anywhere near that. No, the Colonel Taylor 4 grain was sweeter than that. I think the 107 is imparting that like funky floral type note to it. That's a little bit overtaking the Colonel Taylor. Go for another sip. actually not bad. The more I taste it, it's getting better, I think. I think that's one of those that if I leave it in a bottle for a good amount of time, that one actually might turn out really good. They also have 107 for 180. Man, Flaviar, that is just like the Walmart of whiskey, isn't it? Shit. Come on. 180 for 107. I mean, the price went up here in Ohio, but I could still get 107 like any day of the week for like $50. 180. That's ridiculous. That's okay. It's not good, but it's not great. If I had to like lean one way or the other, I would probably take this one out. I think the Rebel Yell 10, McKenna 10, even the Makers and Angels work better than that one. It's just, I don't know, maybe I'll try the Colonel Taylor with the Weller 12. That might work out better. We'll see. All right, so now we're getting to the two last heavy hitters here. Whoa. So we have Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A120 and Larceny Barrel Proof A120. Hell yeah. And then we have Stag Jr. Batch 12 and Weller Full Proof. So, I mean, you would figure on paper this can't be bad, but you never know. Michael Klein will send you some text. You will shit. I guess he's finding some more stuff. Oh my God. All right. Rebecca Page, we got a small shipment of 107 here for 57. Only one bottle left when I got there. Did you get it? Mark Bond says, damn, Jason, send some of that 107 to Georgia. Yeah, I mean, I've helped a good amount of people get 107. So, yeah, 107 is it just comes in every week here in Ohio. It's pretty crazy. Still, although Ohio just got Old Grindad 114, which is pretty awesome. It's about damn time you got the 114. I mean, shit. Hey, Whiskey Crusader, Will's in the house. What's up, man? Nice to see you. All right, let's go with the Stag Junior and Weller Full Proof first. Then we'll get into the ECBP 120 and the Larceny Barrel Proof 120. Again, tonight, if you're just joining us, we're trying to find the best 4-grain blend to make for your home. The best 4-grain corn, wheat, rye, and barley. Let's see. So this is Stag Junior and Weller Full Proof. I'll tell you on the nose, it smells pretty delicious. ADHD whiskey, giving me a wink. You're beautiful, buddy. All right, so this has the attributes from both whiskeys that I'm smelling here. You got that really rich brown sugar. Cherry maraschino cherry note from the Stag Junior, the Batch 12, and then I'm getting like a really nice caramel and fruitiness from the Weller Full Proof. So far on the nose, this one's working. Let's go in for a taste. Here we go. All right, yeah, that's fucking good. Wow, that's really good. Really, really good. Stag Junior, and well, you also got to think of the two whiskeys we're putting together here. It's going to be hard to kind of mess it up. But I thought 1920, you really couldn't mess up that one. But the Woodford Wheated, fuck that one up. It was not good. Nick Foles, do y'all ever get 107 store picks? I've got 3 different ones recently, and all are damn good. Way better than the regular off the shelf. Ohio does get store picks, but because it's a state-controlled liquor agency, we get store picks that are dictated by the state. So they'll send out announcements. We haven't had them in a while, obviously, with anything going on. But last year they did a Russell's pick. They did some Whistle Pig picks. They had a new Riff pick that came out. They had an Elijah Craig pick. So they do a good amount of picks through the Ohio State agency. They sell really fast, but they have not done a Weller 107 pick yet. Nicholas Villaggio, is it better than each one individually? I don't think so. I think I'd rather drink the Stag Junior Bass 12 still on its own. And the Weller Full Proof, it might have made the Weller Full Proof even a little bit more flavorful than it already was, but Weller Full Proof is already really nice. The non-chill filtration, I think, is the one thing that adds to it. Stag Junior, man, I think it's just so creamy on the palate. It's really nice. Brandon Weiss, is this Weller Full Proof a pick or the OG Full Proof? No, this is my pick that I did. Robot Scott, they do need to bring back Elmer T. Lee store picks. Some of those were, I've only ever had one. That was at the Bastards Ball, and that thing was incredible. It was so good. Linux Cat, Mississippi does the same. State is a distributor, so picks come from the state. Exactly. V8 Auto Detail says, try Maker's Cast Strength and Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye. I think I have those two. Maker's Cast Strength and Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye. Okay. I'll grab those in a bit. All right, next up we have the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A120 and the Larceny Barrel Proof A120. Woo, starting to feel these. All right. Ron's Wood Turning Shop says, Chris Buzalencia says, just make Stag Junior and Weller 12. Definitely tell me how that one is. Ron's Wood Turning Shop says, I got a Weller 107 store pick from Old Hickory Whiskey Bar in Pensacola, Florida. Damn good. Any of the Weller 107 picks that I've had have all been better than the standard. The picks are just always really good. If there's a pick out there that's that you could always count on, the Weller 107 picks is one of those. I would put that up there with the Knob Creek picks as always being better than the standard. Robot Scott, did you put any of these in your blender after 88 Whiskey video? I need to dig out my blender again. No, these did not go in the blender. Why don't you try the Thieving Vicar blend again and blend with the Larceny Barrel Proof and A120? That's a good idea. Oh, is Joseph leaving? Take care, Joseph. Thanks for coming in, man. Trev Wilson in search of Weller 107 pick. Brazzers. Joseph Brazzers. So far on the nose, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and the Larceny Barrel Proof are working together, definitely. Let's go for a sip of this one. I'm actually not liking that one. It's too... It's too Heaven Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much like salted peanut. It actually is like sucking the moisture out of my my palate here. It's too much. It's too much. I feel like either one of those needs something lighter to go with it. It's too much proof. It's too much. It's just sucking the moisture out of my palate. I thought that would be a good blend, but it is not. It's not really working for me. Patrick Fulmer with a $10 super chat says, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate it. All right, so Michael Klein, primetime Michael Klein, just texted me with some of the prices here from Flaviar. So Weller 107 is $187.99. You probably can't see that. $187.99 for Weller for Weller Antique. Fucking A. Colonel E.H. Taylor 4 grain, $986.99. What the fuck? All right, next. What else did he send me? Oh, God, I can't wait to see this one. Wow, the Elmer T. Lee 100-year tribute is $710. What? Dude, that's nuts. That's nuts. Good night, Joseph. Brazzers.com. Yeah, that's unreal, man. That's crazy. Hey, Rarebird 101's in the house. Everyone say hi to David Jennings from Rarebird 101. David, I'm using your note cards that you got me for being a Patreon. So thank you so much. We're doing some 4-grain blends. So far, the top 3 out of everything I tried is Weller Special Reserve and Old Grandad 114, Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy, which actually works really well, and Rebel Yell 10 and McKenna 10, which work really well. The Stag Junior Weller Full Proof is actually pretty good too, but again, I feel like they're fighting one another. But yeah, I would put that up there. It's actually really good. Stag Junior Weller Full Proof I'll keep. The Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and the Larceny Barrel Proof are not, no. It's too drying on the palate. Will Henderson, would Heaven Hill use the same year stain for the Wheater and the Bourbon? Would Heaven Hill use the same year's stain for the Wheater and the Bourbon? I'm surprised I could still freaking read this shit. An old Weller pick out of a store in Nashville is what got started in this damn endless journey of chasing whiskey. Oh, that's what did it for you, Dylan, huh? Yep. Oh, so the year age statement you mean? No, I think the Larceny is a lot younger than the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. If that's what you're asking? I think Larceny inherently is like between I think 6 and 8 years old. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is 12. So I'm still waiting though. I still think Larceny has some better batches coming up. This one I equated it to kind of the early Stag Junior batches because it drinks pretty hot in the beginning. I mean, it's very sweet. It's very delicious. A couple drops of water does it really well. It kind of does it good service to this one. But it's very caramel corn, very like intense Cracker Jack with some chocolate on top. Intense caramel. But I was missing like those fruity sweet notes that you get from a good wheated bourbon. I wasn't really getting it in this one. It was just kind of drinking hot. Feel better, Scotty. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. Will Henderson, the bourbon works, the yeast. Oh, the yeast. The bourbon works, the yeast. The yeast. Oh, it's the same yeast. Yeah, it's probably the same yeast strain, I would think. Rarebird 101, blind turkey tastings are always fun. Oh, nice. It looks like BP and BP flights and BP fights too much. It does. It just fights with each other too much. It's pretty good. It just really sucks the moisture out of your palate. You know what? Let me add a drop of water to this one, see what it does. See if it helps it. Maybe if you proof this down a little bit, it gets a little bit better. All right, so next up what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a couple of these blends that were called out here. I want to try this Maker's Cask Strength and this Knob Creek Cask Strength. That sounds interesting. I think my mellow corn is upstairs, unfortunately, so I can't do that blend. What was the other one here? Oh, mellow corn and your least favorite Stag Junior. I have to try that one. Oh, Woodford Double Oaked and Larceny Barrel Proof. That's the other one I want to try. I'm going to grab those in a little bit. Water. It's water, Jason. No, it's water. Okay, let's see. Archie Tyler's in the house. How you doing, man? I don't think I said hi to you yet. Oh, the water made it way better. Oh, way better. You add a few drops of water to that with the blend. Holy shit. Delicious. Yeah, it's not as drying. The fruit has come out a little bit more. You're getting more chocolate out of it too. That's crazy. Man. That's good. All right. If any of you have those two, or if you have a Larceny Barrel Proof and then you have just another Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, mix those together and then add like maybe 4 drops of water to that. Wow. That made it 10 times better. That's like a very stark difference from just the original blend. Crazy. Nick Foles, I bet Old Fitzgerald and Rock Hill Farms would be good. Oh, that's another good one. Old Fitz and Rock Hill. All right, I'm gonna go get the Maker's Cast Strength and the Knob Creek Cast Strength, and then I'm gonna get the what did he say? Oh, the Woodford Double Oaked. All right, I'll be right back. Hopefully I don't fall. I'm up. All right. We got another blend to try. All right, so let's do. Oh, I need the Knob Creek Cast Strength. Shit. Found it. All right, sorry guys, I had to go through some bottles. I have a lot of knobs. I got a lot of knobs. Hey, Brian Brennicky comes with a super chat. He says 1792 full proof and Mackenzie Bottle and Bond wins for us tonight. Oh, that's a good blend. Try that one. I do have Mackenzie, I think. Full proof and Mackenzie Bottle and Bond and Mackenzie. Okay. Bet. Brandon Weiss, what's your thoughts on the Old Fitz 15? Easily my favorite that I've had of the Old Fitz 15. I think the Old Fitz 15, they knocked it out of the park with that one. That one is an absolute butterscotch candy bomb. I love the Old Fitz 15. It's so good. Way more interesting than the 9 and the 13. A lot of people love the 14. I haven't had the pleasure of trying that one. And the new one that just came out is the 16-year-old. So I'd be curious to try that one. Haven't seen that one yet. Hopefully I could get a bottle of that at some point. So, all right. So let's try the first the Maker's Cast Strength and the Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye. So let's try that one. All right, a little bit of that. Don't forget to wash your knobs, okay? And the Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye. Let's try that blend. All right, so there's that one. There's a Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye, which I think was a really good rye. That was a really good release from Knob Creek. Let's let that sit. What was another one? Let me empty this one out because it turned out to be gross. All right, let's go with, so the next one was Woodford Reserve and Larceny Barrel Proof. So let's try that one. Let's go Woodford, Double Oaked, and the Larceny Barrel Proof, which is here. All right. So let's see how these two fare. Brent Bailey says, invest in a jigger so you can track the amounts. I do have a jigger, but I actually used a, where is it? Oh, I brought it back upstairs. When I was measuring them out, the original blends, I was using a measuring cup. So, yeah. Hey, Eric W. with a $5 super chat. He says, cheers all. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. Keep in mind, guys, I'm still giving anything I get in the next month or the next 2 months. I don't know. I'm going to give it all to the Bartenders Guild. So thank you so much for all the super chats. I appreciate it. All right. Let's swirl these around. See what we get here. All right. So this one was the Maker's Cast Strength and Knob Creek Cast Strength. Let's try this one. Well, on the nose, it's promising. But there's a lot of proof coming through on this one. ADHD Whiskey, what's my motherfucking name? Jigger. Get jigger with it. YW says, seen the new KC9 year yet? No, I haven't seen the, I know they were bringing the age statement back, but I haven't seen one with it yet. All right, let's try this one. Ooh, that does go well together. Wow, the Makers imparts a really nice fruitiness to the Knob Creek. The Knob Creek doesn't come across as so peanut citrusy. You get some fruit there too. It's a really good blend. Yeah. Holly, I forgot who suggested that, but whoever suggested that, that's really good. Hey, Scary Peepers in the house. Nice. Nice to see you, man. It's funny to watch him take copious notes but not measure amounts. Yeah, I'm just pouring. I ordered a graduated cylinder so I could do some really like some exact amounts for my blends. But Amazon's not really shipping that stuff yet, so I have to wait on that one. I wish I had it for this. Rod's Wood Turning Shop says, here is to the bartenders in the measure by eyeball method of fun blending. That's right. Thank you, Ron's Wood Turning Shop. Very generous of you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Wow, so the Larceny Barrel Proof and the Woodford Double Oaked is really good on the nose. It's chocolatey, it's sweet. It's like putting even more chocolate on top of like Cracker Jacks and peanuts. That's really good. Brent Bailey just busting on you. Hey, no worries, man. ADHD Wizzy says, Willard 4-year and Jack Daniels Barrel Proof. Do it, do it. Oh, shit, really? All right, I'll do that one too. I do need a chemistry set, Emily. Hell yeah. I'm going to be like in the lab and just making shit. I want to be a master blender. Master blender. That's actually not bad. It's weird. The Woodford Double Oak just completely mellowed out the Larceny Barrel Proof. It's actually a really good blend. Those go really well together because the Woodford Double Oaked is really easy. It's got a really nice chocolate, kind of like a Snickers bar nougat type thing going on. Whatever the hell nougat is. Does anybody know what nougat is? What the fuck is nougat? I never was able to... Is it sugar? Is it paste? What is nougat? ADHD Whiskey says, okay, go 60-40 Willet to Jack. All right, now we're getting crazy with blends. All right, I'm going to try that one too. Rebecca Page, Jason C. standing over a bubbling chemistry set, rubbing his hands and doing an evil laugh. Yes, that would be me. I feel like I'm, just in my own blending experience, just doing it on my own, I feel like I'm pretty good at blending a younger whiskey with an older one and combining those two attributes together to make something really good. I think it's a lot harder to blend whiskeys that are the same age around because they each have their own attributes and you don't want them to fight each other. But when you're blending a young whiskey that has young attributes, so it might have a little bit more bite to it, it might be a little bit more grainy, and then you add the older whiskey to kind of round it out, I think that's where you can get really, that's where it's really fun to create some blends. That's what I really like to do. But when you're combining stuff that's around the same age, it gets a little tough. Steve A, take a Snickers bar, the heavy white sugary filling. Yeah, I know, but what the hell is it? YW, nougat is a family of confections made with sugar or honey, roasted nuts, whipped egg whites, and sometimes chopped candied fruit. What? Nick Foles says, white fluffy fudge-like consistency, best when wrapped with nuts. Is that the technical description of it? Rebecca Page, a candy made from sugar or honey nuts. Okay, everyone's like Googling the shit now. Logan Captive, 1792 full proof and Rebel Yell 100. Okay, nougat is just egg whites and sweetener, usually sugar or honey. All right. Whatever. I don't want that shit in my candy. Yeah. Definitely add Woodford, Double Oaked, and Larceny Barrel Proof to your list of shit to try because it's actually pretty good. So, yeah, I like that one a lot. Yeah, this one was not good. Well, no, actually, no. The Maker's Cast Strength and the Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye was actually pretty good too. All right, so I'm going with. I'm going to jump to ADHD Whiskey's blend. He said a Willet 4-year rye and Jack Daniel's barrel proof. Hell yeah. What time is it? 10:09? Oh, we got time. All right, let me go get that. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right. Lots of time. That's right. All right, let me empty this one out. It's got some shit in it still. Nick Foles, we're going to be here all night, Jason. I think we are. We're going to be here all night just blending some shit. It's going to be awesome. And I want to try this Smoke Wagon, too. Brian Brennigy, Tammy is studiously taking notes tonight. I love you guys. I hope she is. Yeah, there's some really good blends here. Yeah, so far the stars are Weller Special Reserve and OGD 114, Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy, which is kind of the surprise tonight. That one actually worked really well together. Rebel Yell 10, McKenna 10, Stag Junior Weller Full Proof. That was kind of on the borderline. I think they're both too good on their own to blend, but it wasn't a bad blend. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof And Larceny Barrel Proof A120 works, but with a few drops of water. You got to put a little water in there, and it gets really good. And then the latest ones we just tried were the Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye, the Maker's Mark Cast Strength, and then we had the Woodford Double Oaked mixed with, what do we mix that with? Oh, Larceny Barrel Proof as well. So yeah, some really interesting blends to try, guys. All right, so now we're going to the ADHD Whiskey Blend. We're going to call it the America Blend. So this is Willet. Again, very, very scientific measuring tools being used here. It's called My Eyes. Let's try this. All right. So we have a Willet Rye 4-year. And the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof. Let's see how this works. Rarebird 101, you're going to hit 10K followers soon. Yes, I am on the cusp of 10,000 subscribers. It's been, yeah, an amazing... The last month, I should say, I had a really good spike in subscribers. It's been awesome. So thank you so much for all the support. I'm going to do something pretty... I have some good plans for when I hit that 10K. So definitely everyone, thank you so much out there for watching. Is Rebel Yell 10 really $200? I was thinking it was like a $30, $40 bottle. Rebel Yell 10 retail should be about $60, $70. $200 is way too much for it. Okay. 80s HE says, go easy on the JD. Okay. I think I poured a little bit more Willet than JD, but we'll see. Jim Muller says, that's big time. We're getting there, man. We're trying to keep growing here. So I have a couple of, if nobody caught it yet, I did an Evan Williams What's on the Shelf Wednesday episode today, which got a lot of views really fast, which I was really surprised. Next up, I am doing a video for my top 5 scotches for bourbon drinkers, which is a video I've been working on for a little while, but wanted to make sure I got it right. So that will probably be next week's episode. As far as reviews go, there's not a ton coming out. I'll probably review the 1792 12-year, which will be a really fun review. Maybe do a head-to-head with Weller 12, which will be pretty fun. But yeah, so those are kind of my next ones up. All right, so Joseph Ziner says, hell yeah. Oh, Richie Z says, sipping on my blend of Woodford Brandy Cask and Weller 107. Oh, that's an interesting blend. Nice, Richie. AJ Lopez says, oh shit, I got a Rebel Yell 10 for 40. Yeah, so Rebel Yell 10 when it first came out was about a $40, $50 bottle. I've seen price hikes in some areas coming to like 60, 70 bucks. So that's around there too. YW want to try 1783 after that review. That was a huge surprise to me. The Evan Williams 1783 was really good. Totally surprised me. I did not think it was going to be that interesting of a dram, and it really was. The single barrel, as good as I think it is on the front of the palate, it has like no finish to it. And that kind of disappointed me. I love a finish on a bourbon. There was just nothing going on. All the flavor was up front, but then nothing really happened on the back end. Brent Bailey, oh, scotches for bourbon drinkers, a must watch for me. Never gotten into scotch. Yeah, it's basically because, I only really got into scotch maybe, a little over 2 years ago. And I had kind of compiled some really good scotches that were really good for bourbon drinkers. And the more I tried, the more I was kind of narrowing it down. So I've selected, I think about 5 or 6 different ones that I think have been really good. If you are a bourbon drinker and you want to try some scotch, these are the ones I think you would actually get into and maybe enjoy as a gateway into trying some more scotches. So, Rebecca Page, Sarah at its bourbon night loves 1783. Oh, does she? Okay. That actually makes sense because Sarah and I usually, whenever I watch their channel and when she picks up notes, I'm on par with her a little bit more than Chad. But yeah, I could see why she would like it. It was a really surprising, bourbon that I tried. It's wildly different than the black, just a regular black label. There's so much more fruit in it. It is a small batch, so probably those different variations in the cask they're batching together just do some different things to it. All right. Yeah, Wildlife and Whiskey. Yeah, 1783 is about 18 bucks here. I mean, shit, for 18 bucks, it's really good. 86 proof. It's got a lot of flavor to it. The Evan Williams Black Label, the regular one, as good as it is, it just really kind of came through as Heaven Hill peanut, caramel corn. Again, that typical Cracker Jack note, really good. But the 1783 had that, but all this fruit on top of it, which was really nice. All right, the ADHD whiskey blend. Here we go. So this is Willet and Jack Daniels. This is a little bit more Willet than Jack, he said. So, hey, Buddha's 829's in the house. What's up, man? Thanks for coming in. So on the nose, this is a really good blend so far on the nose. ADHD. Or Matt, whatever you want to call him. You get that banana note from the Jack Daniels, but it's like the banana and the dill a little bit, kind of fighting with each other with the blend so far. YW Old Forester 86 for 1783. I would probably go with the 1783. Really would. I thought it was pretty good. The Old Forester 86 is good, but it's like for a few extra bucks, I would probably go to the Old Forester 100, just because it's more interesting than the 86 to me. But that 1783, I'm telling you, none of you guys had the Evan Williams 1783. For an 86 proofer, for something that's easy to get, that's cheap, that's really just easy to sip on, something to kind of fill your home decanter with, it's really good. All right, let's go for a sip of this one. I'm really curious how this one came out. Here we go. ADHD whiskey is a genius. That's fucking good. That's probably as unique as the Maker's 46 and Angel's Envy blend that I did. This one, it gives, so I could see why you did a little bit less Jack Daniels. The Jack Daniels, I think, the barrel proof has such a powering note with the peanut butter. I'm sorry, the banana, it's like banana and sugar and maple syrup. It's almost like bananas Foster in a glass when you talk about the Jack Daniels. But man, you add that Willet to it. It puts like this herbal quality to it and it balances it out really nicely. That's good, man. That's a solid blend, man. Good job, Matt. Matt, you should have saved that and entered into Blend Again in 3. You know, in around August, where I'm going to do Blend Again in 3. That's really good. If any of you guys have Willet Rye and Jack Daniels Barrel Proof, hell yeah, that's really good shit. Master Blender, yeah. He's an idiot savant. Yeah, this is, it's just super interesting. I want to actually see how the Maker's Mark and Angel's Envy is going here a little bit. ADHD says, now put that shit in a blender. If I had a blender down here, I would fucking put it in a blender. I just don't have a blender down here in my whiskey room. Andrew Kelly, how about comparing Cask Strength, Angel's Envy, and Maker's Mark 46 with regular? That's a good idea. I just don't have, any of the Angel's Envy Cask Strength. Every time I've had a chance to buy it, I've passed on it, only because I'm just not an Angel's Envy fan. I know the Cask Strength is really good. I don't know. There's just something about it. For 210, 220 bucks. I know it comes with a nice... I have a feeling this year I'll probably pull the trigger and get one. I don't have one. I wish I did. But yeah, I just haven't. That's one of those bottles. Every time I see it, every time it comes in, I just am hesitant to pull the trigger on it. So maybe if I get it, I'll do it. Michael Klein says, "Duh, he owns Old Charter Distilleries." That's true, he does. Rebecca Page, just shake it all up in an empty. I passed on it last weekend. Same thing with me. Yeah, it's just hard for me to spend $200 on an Angel's Envy. When I did the review for the Angel's Envy, the Tawny Port Cask one, I had an opportunity to buy that bottle, and I didn't. That was a little over $200 as well. They're just overly sweet to me. And if you know my channel, if you know how I like bourbons and whiskey, I really love balance. I don't like it to be too candy sweet. I like some oak and some other things to balance it out. And Angel's Envy, to me, every time I've had it, it's just been too far on the sweet side for me to spend that kind of money. It's like, will I ever really drink this? 1792 Bottle and Bond with Brimstone, 50% of each. Okay, I'll write that one down, Eric. And then Brimstone. All right, I'll write that one down. Wildlife was, I saw it for 50 way before I knew what it was, and I wish I wouldn't now, but only see it for 65 to 70 now. Jason, do you have any Blom Old Fangled? Yes. If so, which one? And would you compare it? And should you compare it to the Smoke Wagon? I could do that right now for you. That'd be a good idea, because I actually wanted to try the 10-year. So let's do that. Why not? All right. So I will put in the description of this video, guys, the blends that actually worked really well together. So it was all these here. So I'm going to keep these cards. Thank you, Rarebird 101. So I'll keep these cards. This one I'm not going to put in there. The ECVP and the Larceny I have to add with water, because the water really makes it good. All right, so those are the top blends tonight. I'm telling you, that Angel's Envy Makers 46, if anyone has those, please blend it right now and tell me if you think it's as good as I think it is, because I think it's really good. All right, so I need, let's see, 2 glasses here. Let's do this one. This one wasn't that good. All right. All right, so let me grab my Old Fangled. That's a 12-year. We're going to compare it to the Smoke Wagon 10-year that we have here. Be right back. All right, here we go. All right, here's a Smoke Wagon. So I just got this today. I'm really excited to try this one. Let's see. Oh, because I get up, you guys drink? That's awesome. All right, so let's open the Smoke Wagon. I just got this today, guys, so I'm freaking psyched to try this. This is a 10-year-old Smoke Wagon. It's MGP. They are not shy about saying that it's MGP, which I love. America! Oh, God, that smells good. So this is 10 years old, and the Blom Brothers Distilling one I have here is 12 years. So let's compare. This is also MGP. Let's see here. Yeah, what's funny about the label here for the Blom Brothers is it's called Not Our Bourbon, which is basically a funny way of saying it's not our bourbon. It's not our bourbon. So it's kind of cool. Yes, the Desert Storm. It's the Desert Storm. All right, so let's compare this stuff. Woo! I am feeling this stuff tonight. Nice. This is so much fun, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me on Wednesday night here. All right, since I've already... Actually, I'll leave the bottle here. Let me get some water. Michael Klein says, Desert Jewel is the shit. Yeah, man. I just got this bottle today. I'm freaking psyched to try this stuff. So, all right. Let's get into the nose of the Smoke Wagon. This is the 10-year-old. Unfortunately, they don't make these anymore, the Desert Jewel. They do have some single barrel picks that are at, I think Total Wine does some of them. Some of the single barrel picks are pretty damn amazing too. The small batch, the uncut, unfiltered, and then they have a regular straight bourbon release that they just came out with. But like I said, keep an eye out. We're going to be going live with Aaron from Smoke Wagon, hopefully pretty soon. Oh man. So this comes in at 104 proof. It's 10 years old. This is chocolate, cherry, herbal spice. Ton of like baking spices in here. Definitely getting some nutmeg. So Smoke Wagon does the 35% rye. That's what they bought from MGP. So it's their high rye mash bill. So you get a lot of citrus on the nose on this stuff too. Michael Klein, for your 12-year comparison, 2018 Old Forester birthday is 12 years. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea too. I could do that, the 12-year. Good idea, man. Hey, Big Dog is here. What's up, Big Dog? Thanks for coming in, man. Richie Z, the few drops of water really enhanced my blend tonight. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think when the blend, a little bit of water really helps it kind of blend together a little bit. Especially if you're doing stuff that's kind of same proof, same age. Oh, that's so good. There is so much citrus on the palate on this particular bottle right now. This is like an orange creamsicle laced with caramel and vanilla, like a caramel vanilla drizzle. Oh my God. It's so sweet. There's so much depth of flavor here. Man, for 10 years old, it's incredible. Wow. That does not drink like 104 proof. This drinks like a 90 proof bourbon. It's so easy, but so flavorful at the same time. Man, that cherry, I'm sorry, not cherry, that orange creamsicle mixed with, man, a little bit of black pepper there, that high rye spice you get. The vanilla, the caramel. Oh my God. I love you. I love you, Smoke Wagon. Desert Jewel Reserve. Hey, Wildlife and Whiskey comes in with the $5 super chat. He says, watching the stream with some Smoke Wagon. Jennings in the background. Solid night. That's a fucking solid night, dude. So which blend won? Oh, Joseph, it didn't declare a winner. I would say for winner tonight, so these are the ones that I had. So if I had to declare a winner out of all four of these, there were four that I really picked out that were really good. Rebel Yell 10-year and McKenna 10-year. Makers 46 and Eagles Envy. Weller Special Reserve and OGD 114. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A120 and Larceny Barrel Proof A120. I think that would be the winner, but you have to add water to it. Add like 4 or 5 drops of water to that. You have an amazing blend. Also, I really think that the Larceny Barrel Proof and the Woodford Double Oaked blend came out amazing too. So that's another one to write down and try that one if you guys have those bottles. I gotta try the Mellow Corn and Stag Junior one too. That I'm a little curious about that one. Joseph Brazo, is it a hum smooth? It's very smooth. It's very smooth, Joseph. Okay. Michael Klein says, yes, you can. All right, so let's go to the Blonde Brothers, which is also MGP. This is 12 years compared to 10. Yeah, what a difference 2 years makes. I mean, this one just has a little bit more of an intense nose on the you know, when you're kind of smelling it, getting down deep into it. Oh. So this one is 117.2 proof. 58.6, 12 years old. Out of the two, I'd probably give the nod to this Blonde Brothers. This is fucking delicious. Wow. So good. Smoke Wagon, when I did the research, I did see that, you know, the two guys that started it were, you know, they're really like a bourbon or whiskey that doesn't really burn too much. It really kind of plays on the smoothness of it. Again, Joseph Brazer's, the smooth. Something that doesn't drink too hot. So when they're doing their blends and when they're putting their whiskey and when they're choosing, they really pick things that drink a little bit lower in proof than what they are. So, and I think that's what you get here. But I think the extra 2 years on this one does it a world of good. But this 10-year Desert Jewel is not far off. It's really good. This one is even slightly darker here. So that is the Blonde Brothers. And then let's put the Desert Jewel next to it. So Blonde Brothers and then Desert Jewel. You can see the Desert Jewel is definitely a little lighter. It's obviously a little bit lower of a proof. Michael Klein, the yes you can was you could see me versus Matt on the channel. Oh shit, are you serious? So primetime Michael Klein is going against Matt, ADHD Whiskey, on his live stream tomorrow. Holy shit, I cannot wait for that. Color on the Blonde is darker too, Jason. Yeah, it's definitely darker. That's going to be epic. I hope you guys watch that. Wise Guy Whiskey says, what Smoke Wagon is that, Jason? Wise Guy Whiskey guy, this is the Desert Jewel. So this is the Desert Jewel, the blue label. The coolest thing about these bottles is the wax coin right here. It's got two crossed Colts, which is where Smoke Wagon came from. So those Colts, those single action Colt handguns, back in the old Western days were called Smoke Wagons. So that's where it got the name from. When you look at it, it also has underneath it Bebemus Mortendum Est, which means drink, or it just basically means drink and have fun until you die. So that's basically the gist of it, which is a really cool thing to put on a bottle too. It's definitely got that old Western style. It's very akin to High West and what they do. Pretty incredible. Jeffrey Wack, does the Volstead compete against either of these, price considered? That's a good idea. That's another really good question. Man, the Volstead. I do have the Volstead. You guys want me to compare it real quick? So the Volstead is 14 years old and NGP. Holy shit. Okay, let's try the Volstead. I'll get the Volstead and then we'll call it a night. Here we go. Yeah, the Smoke Wagon bottles are killing it, big dog. What they're doing with their blending, they're doing. Aaron is doing an unbelievable job of blending. Oh shit! Didn't knock anything over, I swear. All right, Volstead. And then I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I want to thank Jason Coates for helping me get this. There you go. The Remus. As you can see, this is getting pretty low, but I'm going to be keeping this bottle to make an epic blend in here. But let's give it a go. So we have 10-year MGP, 12-year MGP, and then 14-year MGP. It's a good kind of a step up here. We got Chaz Jackson in the house. He said it's about time Michael Klein got some real competition. Wow. We already got the trash talk going. So it's interesting because I feel like Matt does really good with blind tastings, and obviously so does Michael Klein. I think it all depends on what whiskeys are involved. Dylan Rascott, what is your favorite MGP juice? As far as like easy to get, consistently good MGP juice, I have to go with Belle Meade Cask Strength. The Belle Meade Cask Strength Reserve for me is always just fucking delicious. But this Smoke Wagon is really not too far behind. Every time I try something from Smoke Wagon, I have the 3 bottles, including this one. They've been really good. The Blount Brothers, for me, are a little bit harder to get. If I could get these more often, this would probably be up there. But the Smoke Wagon and the Belle Meade Cask Strength Reserve. Joseph Magnus, if you like finished bourbons, that's MGP juice. Some of that stuff is really delicious. But you have to kind of like sweeter stuff. I mean, they blend it with cognac. Not blended, I should say. They finish it in cognac, sherry cask. They do some different finishing aspects to it. Love Joseph Magnus stuff too. So, all right. So we have 14-year, 12-year, and 10-year. So pretty epic. Wow, all the noses are completely different, which is really interesting. The Smoke Wagon comes in with that really nice spice. It's very orange cream. All that citrus that you get from the high rye is really coming through. The Blount Brothers, though, has way more of an oak, of an oak type flavor profile to it to balance out the sweetness. We got a super chat, Entroke35. This has been one of the live vids yet. Thank you so much, Entroke. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Howdy Whiskey Pinhook. I'm not a fan of Pinhook. I don't think Pinhook is that great. I don't know. Is it just me? Does anyone out there really love Pinhook? I just don't think it's that good, what you're paying for it. People seem to seek it out. I'm just not a fan. I don't think it's complex. I don't really think there's anything to it that's incredible. I've had the Cask Strength Pinhook, which I didn't really think was that great. So I can't say I'm a fan of Pinhook at all. Yes, please mash the like button. I appreciate it. Emily Chambers, I almost bought the Belle Meade Cask Strength. Yeah, the Belle Meade, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed with the Belle Meade Cask Strength. It's pretty much apple pie and cherry in a glass. It's so good. Michael Klein says, nope, Pinhooks are weird. Yeah, they are weird. More misses than hits. I've had one Pinhook, and it was one of the ryes that was actually pretty good. Other than that, every time I've tried a Pinhook, I just, just wasn't worth it for me. All right, let's go to the Volstead. It's the 14-year. So the difference with the Volstead is this one has so much cherry to it. So much like cherry licorice. A little bit of cotton candy, but a lot of oak to balance it out. If there was ever an MGP that balanced the oak, the spice, and the fruitiness, it's definitely the Volstead. The Blount Brothers just comes in really strong with the vanilla, the like rich dark caramels, and it's got more of the oak presence I'm tasting on this one than the Volstead. Remember, the Volstead is proof down to 100 proof because it is a bottled and bond. The Blount Brothers is cask strength, so you're gonna have a little bit more of the oak presence there. It's gonna feel a little bit more viscous on the palate too. Nick Foles says, "Fuck Pinhook." Striker, Pinhook cask strength had a floral fruitiness to it that I didn't love. Yeah, I would agree, YW. Greg Failer says, just got Bellmead cask strength, waiting for a really shitty day to crack it open. Dude, you'll love it. That was in 2018. That was one of my top 5 bourbons of the year. I absolutely love that stuff. Yeah, the Blount Brothers just has so much flavor, this 12-year cask strength. It's so good. But this Desert Jewel, they all have really different types of attributes to it. If I had to rank them, I'd probably go Blount Brothers, Volstead, and Desert Jewel. But I mean, it doesn't really. It just depends on what mood you're in. If you want something really bold, something a lot more flavor to it, a little bit more cask strength, a little bit more proof, the Blount Brothers is the one you want. The Volstead is the epitome of balance. This thing is just fruit, oak, sweet, just all the way through. But it doesn't have the finish. The Smoke Wagon is just citrus and cream and vanilla. But it does not drink like it's proof. It does not drink, even at 104 proof, it does not drink that way. It drinks like a 90 proof bourbon, which is incredible because it has so much flavor. Either one of these you can't go wrong with. It just depends what you like. I would say if you like a lot of citrus, go with the Smoke Wagon. If you want more proof, more oak, more heft into what you're tasting, go Blount Brothers. The Volstead, I'm not sure how much more this is available. But the Volstead, I think, was... I didn't think this was really impressive at first, but as it opened up, it really got really good. So I like the Volstead a lot. As you can see, I've shared a lot of it, but it's a really great bourbon. So, hey, Slade Gullidge, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. He says, good evening, cheers. The uncut, unfiltered Smoke Wagon, I feel, is better in my opinion. Howdy Whiskey, I would agree. The uncut, unfiltered is unbelievably delicious. So, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little blend here before we call it a night. I'm going to take the Smoke Wagon uncut, unfiltered right here. I'm going to blend it with the a little bit of the Desert Jewel here, the 10-year. This is a blend of about, I think it goes from about 6 to 12 years old too, with the uncut unfiltereds, from what I remember. It's a little bit of a blend to finish off the night. Nicholas Villaggio, is Blount Brothers still on the shelf in Ohio? Just a regular bourbon is, but not these. These Old Fangled Nodder bourbons are not on the shelf in Ohio. Steve A says, I like my Volstead, but my bottle has a lot more left in it. I'm making that one last. I don't blame you, man. All right, so let's swirl this up. Let's do one final cheers to everyone out there. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. This was a lot of fun. I will post in the description of the video some of the top blends that were available tonight that we did. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. Be on the lookout for my next couple videos. The top 5 scotches for bourbon drinkers. And also... what was the next one I was doing? Oh, I was going to review the 1792 12-year, put it against the Old Forester 12-year. Thank you, Michael Klein. Weller 12, and maybe something else. I have an idea about that. So thank you so much tonight, guys. Really, thank you for coming in. Cheers. Thanks for the super chats. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. Stay safe. Stay home. And I will see you next week on The Mash and Drum. Take care, everybody.